All right, so let's try this as a weekly update. Today's Thursday, January 20th. So kids, we're getting close to the end of the quarter, so I want to talk about a couple of things that I want you guys to focus on. First, I want you guys to go into Schoology and Student View and or Parent View, and I want you to go through your assignments. What I'm looking for is to make sure that if you're missing an assignment, like a quiz or an exam, that you reach out to me this weekend, okay? Here's how I want you to do it. I want you to go into your Schoology. I want you to go, there's a little button there you click on where you can message me and say, "Dear Mr. Kohler, I am missing the following quizzes. Give me the dates. I am missing the following practices. Give me the dates. I'm missing the following exams. Give me the dates. Can I do them?" Most of the time, the answer is yes. And if the emails were particularly kindly for your practices, I might say, I'll excuse it. It's 4 weeks old anyway. I've moved past that. You've shown me on your more recent stuff how good your grade is. Let's move on. On the quizzes and the exams, I will not excuse those. If you need me to unlock one for you, a quiz or exam, you need a password, please, please, please reach out to me so that we can find a time next week to get it done so that that 0 goes away and becomes a quality grade that you deserve. Put that to the side. So that's the first thing, missing work for your grade. Okay? The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is attendance. Because it's a high school credit course, the state of Virginia requires a certain number of in-chair hours. Remember, if you're 15 minutes late to a class or you leave 15 minutes early, that's considered absent. A lot of you guys are showing up to Google Meets when you have your quarantines or your COVID, and I appreciate that. A lot of you guys are like, hey, I just have a head cold. Can I join via Google Meets? Yes, you may. If it becomes a habit, they're going to get on me about that and then on you. But because it's a weird year and I'm trying to make sure as many of you guys don't have things that prevent you from passing, please, please, please show up to as many classes as possible. If you're not healthy, Google Meet it. If you are healthy, come to the room. If you try to abuse the Google Meets thing, they'll get strict and change the rules on me. So please, just don't abuse the privilege. Third thing I want to talk is kind of a hard topic. We're getting to the time in the year when I usually pull aside my Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 kids and say, hey, you are not thriving. You're not getting a grade that's conducive to showing that you know the material. Now, there's a lot of reasons this could be. You may have been absent for a lot of time. You might be missing work. You might have been lazy a couple of days and not done some work, okay? Those are all reasons. I'm not going to call them excuses because that makes them sound little. They're a reason the work's not done. I refer you to my first point today, which was get the work turned in, okay? If after you've turned the work in and you don't see a whole bunch of missing things and the work that is turned in has grades that you're happy with, and I say it that way because in my house, for example, in Spanish, I had to have good grades, but in art, I didn't because my parents didn't care about art. Theater specifically, but that's a separate issue. So please, 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 please look at your grade after you've completed the midterm and turned in as much work as possible. And if your grade is something that you wouldn't want a college to look at, or it's something that your parents aren't happy with, or you're not happy with it, you have a couple of choices. The first one, you're not sure if you should stay in my class. You come to me and say, hey, Mr. Kohler, I don't think I'm ready for Spanish. I'm not sure I was ready for a high school level course in middle school. You know what? I wasn't. Okay? Most kids aren't, and that's okay. Spanish 1 is hard. It's the hardest elective in all of middle school. Okay? So have that conversation with me. If you're not comfortable having that conversation with me, have your parents have that conversation with me. Once that conversation's happened, or if you already decided, listen, Mr. Kohler, I'm done. It's only getting harder. I know we're going to 100% Spanish starting in February. I'm out. Okay, and your parents agree with you. Step 2, skip over step 1 if that was you. If we've talked about it and you've decided, okay, I shouldn't be in Spanish anymore, write an email to me and your guidance counselor, Miss Whitley. In the email say, dear Mr. Kohler, after a personal self-evaluation, I have realized that I am not prepared for the rigors of a high school course at this time. Or, hey, I don't like the class, I want to go somewhere else. Whatever the reason is, and it's not a bad reason. Once again, not an excuse, it's a reason that you don't think that this is the right fit for you. As long as I have that in writing, by January 28th, we can take your grade for the first and second quarter, and I believe, I was told, that we can just make it go away. It won't affect your overall GPA. We will find a different elective for you that will be fun, that will suit you better, that won't be as rigorous as a high school level Spanish 1 course. I don't want you to go, I want you to stay. I also, this is the hard part here, I also don't want you to hurt your future because of a middle school course. Some of my favorite adults who were my students were kids who didn't complete the year with me. And I say that because they're the ones who came back to me and said, hey, you know that time you invited me to retake the course? It was great for me. You know that time you told me to drop the course and find something else? I have a passion about that now. And even though they can't speak Spanish, they appreciated it. Your kids, and this is a decision that is hard, and people are going to tell you that it's not the best, it's that you're failing and that you should do these things. And let's be real, when I was in 8th grade, I was looking forward to my summer times. I was looking for my weekends. Like, I hated doing homework. I wanted to go play. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to have fun. To be fair, we didn't have Xboxes, Nintendos, and computers the way you guys do now, but my passion was not school. And look where I work now. Anyway, so it's a hard decision. And there is so much stress and pressure on you guys that if dropping my class makes you happier, I'm sad to see you go, but I'm so much happier that you're happy. So parents who are reading this and are now like, oh my gosh, you're telling my kid to quit. I'm not. I'm telling your kid to evaluate themselves. I'm telling them to see if maybe having a reset next year would be good for them. Maybe I'm the wrong Spanish teacher for your kid. Maybe after 2 years of pandemic, the social emotional thing isn't quite there and we put too much pressure on them. And I would rather a kid make a mistake now that's easy to fix, that has no permanent blemish on their future, than to have kids miserable for the next 5 months. So, parents, if you think that your kid would be happier out of my class because the class is too rigorous, the subject's too stressful, I get it. It's hard. I try to make it fun. I try to make it as painless as possible, but it's Spanish. And there's only so much I can do. So reach out to me. You've got my cell phone number at the bottom of the emails. Call me if you need to. Kids, message me. You've got Schoology to do that. So recap, check your missing work, message me about your missing work, get your missing work done, decide if we should finish this year together. I want you to stay because I like you as people, but I'd rather you be happy than be miserable in my class because you thought it would prove something. If you can, reach out to me, let me know how you're doing. Look forward to hearing from you.